Hello folks, this is Gaijin Below here doing a tech product review on obscure cellular products. This, my friends, is a Sprint Magic Box. And what you do is you call up Sprint and say, hey, my signal indoor sucks. And they go, oh, okay. We'll send you a device that will make it auto-magically better. So what this device does is, Sprint has two main cellular bands. One is band 25, which is 800 megahertz. And low frequency is great. I mean, it propagates buildings or through building walls very well. So the range is great too. The only problem is Sprint doesn't have a lot of bandwidth for that 800 megahertz band. So what you'll typically see is very, very horrendously slow speeds on it. Now, Sprint has another primary band called band 41, and that's on, I believe, 2500 megahertz. And Sprint has a whole lot of nationwide spectrum for that. Now, it's great because Sprint can, it's a huge pipe, so Sprint can, send down huge amounts of bandwidth through it. The only problem is, because it's at such a high frequency, it doesn't propagate throughout, buildings very well. So, you don't get a very good signal in buildings, and then, if you have a weak signal, then you can't really get, a good bandwidth. It's kind of a bad cycle there. So I called Sprint because my Sprint service at home is terrible. I only get 2 bars here. Now, I can definitely tell when I'm on band 25 or 41 because the speed is very noticeable, quite frankly. On band 25, I'll get around maybe 4 or 5 megabits per second, and band 41, I'll get around 50. But here's the deal. I know I'm on band 41 not just because of the bandwidth speed, but if I place my hand on that on this here, little antenna area, my signal strength will actually go down to 1 bar, which kind of sucks. So this thing, you can think of it as pretty much like a mini cell tower, because it's piggybacking off of one of Sprint's bands, and it's creating a completely new frequency on its own. I did a product review a few years back on T-Mobile's Sulphide signal repeater, and that's actually a repeater because there are 2 devices. One device will basically use T-Mobile's band 2 and I think band 4 LTE signal, and then it'll rebroadcast it to another device which actually sends out a band 2 and band 4 LTE and HSPA signal. But that's a repeater. This actually is its own dealio. So it should work a lot better than T-Mobile's device. This should improve coverage for, your buildings or outside areas, if the coverage is weak. This also helps out Sprint's network. This thing covers, I believe, up to 30,000 square feet. I had to wait a month or 2 to get this because Sprint was out of stock on their original Magic Box devices. This is their newest Gen 3 device. So now I just want you to get a quick look on how slow Sprint service is at my home. And later on we'll compare it to what the speeds are with the Magic Box device deployed. Now, I'm a little surprised because usually it's not this good. Sometimes it is. This is more of a rare sight for me. So, anyway, 40 megabits per second download, maybe half a megabit upload. So, anyway, you get the general idea of how good Sprint service in my home is. There are certain areas in the home where the service completely dies. But I'm going to do a quick jump cut here, and I'll get this device deployed. Well, actually, before I do that, let's open the box and see what's inside. So, this device is massive. And I believe it has antennas that are a little bit more sensitive than your average cellular device. But The shipping weight was 37 pounds, and I was really surprised when I saw that. So you have your power adapter here. Let's see. Yeah, that is 60 watts. And then you have your, I guess, your little USB cable here. I don't know what that's exactly for. This looks like a battery. Interesting. I'll look at it later. Put that box out of the way. Let me pull this out. You have your instructions here, and then you have the screen itself. Device. Let's see, top. All right. I'll be back in a bit after I boot this thing up. All right, so this is kind of weird. I plugged in the battery, and it actually powers on the device. To me, this is a little weird because, you know, clearly we have a 60 watt power supply, and this is just a standard, 10 watt battery. But man, look at that. 4,000 milliamp hours. You could use this to charge your iPhone, but yeah, so initially you just plug it into the device without even using the AC power cord, and you just let it do its thing. Now the guide says basically to plug it in and move throughout your home to find the best signal. So then you unplug it and then plug in the power brick. So I thought that was interesting. Now, if you do get this device, that little, put over here, this little thing will be covering this area. And when you pull this out initially, it feels really weird because it feels like something's supposed to come out, but it also feels like it's gonna break if you keep pulling on it. But nope, you just yank it out and the cover comes loose. So there you go. So hit a bit of an interesting snag. It says battery low here, but if you see that, it's 3 bars. Now, the other question is, how do I charge this thing? Well, it has a USB charging input, right? Yeah. I don't know if I actually have to charge this up completely to finish the process or what, but I'm going to try plugging it into the power brick and see if that works, because I'm pretty sure this is the strongest area in the house that gets, a signal, so, or for the Sprint signal, so we'll try that out. Hopefully this doesn't break the device or anything. Now, I kind of wanted to capture this because this was very interesting, but it's almost as if like a command line interface shows up. See that? So the device is still testing out the signal upstairs, but I'm on the stairwell, almost on the first floor, and I want to show you guys how bad the signal actually is down here. Now remember, we were getting almost 40 megabits up there, but you come down here just a little bit, and man, I'm actually not convinced anymore that I'm switching between band 25 and 41. I think this is just 41, given how fast it was upstairs. This is, yeah, that's basically why I asked Sprint for their Magic Box device, so I can get better speeds like I was doing upstairs. So, there you go. So this device finally powered up, shows the time, and there are 3 buttons here. I think if you just tap on the corner there. On LTE, it shows you that it's on, it's broadcasting band 41, and actually, this is nice how it shows you how many users are connected to the device, and as you can see, it also says if it's connected or not to the Sprint network. So you have these other 3 buttons. I don't think they do anything else. Oh, that's nice, actually. So, my tablet here has not detected that yet. Obviously it says it's 2 bars, so let's turn on airplane mode and then give it a little bit off. It's a little weird, isn't it? 4 bars and back down to 2. Well, I'm going to do another jump cut, and oh, wait. 4 bars. I wonder why the connected users that counts as 0. Well, anyway, I get full bars now, so let's see what it's worth. You can hear electrical noise from the device. You know, this is slower than what I was getting, but what I'm betting is that maybe there might be a little bit of interference because I'm so really close to the device. But yeah, I think there being 4 bars, I think this will do well. I'm going to go back downstairs and we'll see what the performance looks like. Alright, so we're downstairs again, and we still have full signal bars, so let's try this out. You see how we get actually a faster speed down here? That's because I'm actually a little bit further away from the device, so yeah, maybe that was interference causing it, but as you can see, I was only getting 5 down here. But, you know, Sprint can actually compete bandwidth-wise with other carriers if you're connected to band 41. The only problem is, like we just saw here, the signal propagation isn't good. So, you know, if you're having Sprint signal issues, you can give them a call and ask for a device. Again, this is all free. That piece of paper that was included in the box said that there's a $140 charge if you basically destroy the device, which I'm sure none of you will do. I don't plan on doing so anyway. But yeah, what you do is you call Sprint's 611 number, and then you ask for technical support. If you get just a regular rep, you know, you're going to spend 10 minutes with them, and they're going to hand you over to the technical support department anyway. So yeah, good stuff. Give it a try, and thanks for watching. See ya.